We have been going back and forth for quite some time now. Morrell has been very vocal about wanting to get at David. I'm really looking forward to this fight.
It's so tough to hit him, especially if you're coming off wide. You got to really pinpoint the shots with David. I don't know if Morrell has that in him. And I'm a sharpshooter. And David was able to, like, you know, with his length, be able to, like, block a lot of the shots I was throwing as well, too. So, I mean, you really got to set him up with some clean walking trap shots.
Experts are weighing in on the blockbuster showdown set for February 1st, 2025, when David Benavidez and David Morrell square off at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. This high-stakes battle has the boxing world buzzing, as it features two elite, undefeated contenders whose contrasting approaches promise fireworks. With both men enjoying passionate fan bases and rising reputations, the matchup has become one of the most hotly debated topics in the sport today. Boxing titans Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev recently offered their perspectives in an interview with S News. Though both praised the talent and potential of Benavidez and Morrell, neither would commit to a prediction, underscoring how razor-thin the margins are in a fight of this caliber. Bivol, who has previously sparred with Benavidez, spoke with admiration for both fighters. "I respect both boxers," he said. "I've heard Morrell is a very good fighter. When the fight happens, I'll definitely be watching." Beterbiev, the feared knockout artist with a perfect 21-0 record and 20 KOs, was just as reserved, stating plainly, "I don't know." Their reluctance to choose sides reflects the unique qualities each fighter brings to the ring. Benavidez, dubbed the Mexican Monster, is celebrated for his ferocious pressure, rapid-fire combinations, and brutal power. Morrell, on the other hand, represents the slick, cerebral Cuban school of boxing, cool under fire, technically superb, and tactically brilliant. As Bivol and Beterbiev pointed out, the outcome may come down to execution. If Benavidez is able to apply his relentless pressure and push the pace, he could overwhelm Morrell. But if Morrell stays composed and outboxes him with surgical accuracy, he could expose Benavidez's defensive vulnerabilities and seize control of the fight. During the interview, both champions also addressed their own career trajectories. Bivol is set to face Beterbiev in a long-anticipated rematch on February 22, 2025, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, an undisputed title clash that looms large in the light heavyweight division. Bivol emphasized mental toughness and accountability, noting, "If you start making excuses, you weaken yourself. You have to improve everything constantly." Bivol also teased future possibilities, including a rematch with Canelo Alvarez and even a move to heavyweight to face unified champion Alexander Usyk. He singled out Terence Crawford as one of his favorite fighters, praising Crawford's adaptability and ring IQ, even suggesting that his skills could neutralize the power of someone like Canelo. As anticipation builds for Benavidez versus Morrell, the boxing community remains split. Will Morrell's precision and patience win the day? Or will Benavidez's raw aggression and non-stop pressure prove too much for the Cuban technician to handle? One thing is certain. When the bell rings on February 1st, fans are in for an unforgettable collision of styles in a fight that could redefine the super middleweight landscape.
David Benavidez, you sparred him, you know he's great, you're great.
Yeah.
He's fighting David Morrell. Who wins that one?
I didn't watch fights of David Morrell, but I heard about him a lot, that he's a very good fighter with Cuban boxing school. It's interesting. When this fight will happen, I will watch it.
Okay, if you beat Artur, then and David wins, you and David. Is that option?
It's possible. We are the same weight class, of course, but I don't want to think about anybody else.
True. Benavidez or Bivol, who wins? Benavidez and Morrell.
The other day you were in England with Roy Jones. You was praying with him. How was that? That was a very beautiful moment to see him just shooting up.
Как дела? Нормально.
Demetrius Andrade has cast doubt on whether WBA regular light heavyweight champion David Morrell is truly prepared to test David Benavidez's defense in their much-anticipated February 1st showdown. Speaking from personal experience, Andrade reflected on his own 2023 clash with Benavidez, a fight that ended in the 6th round after he was unable to cope with Benavidez's punishing size, reach, and relentless pressure. Despite Andrade's technical skill, he struggled to get past Benavidez's long arms and physicality, ultimately being overwhelmed. What sets Morrell apart, however, is his reach, an impressive 78 inches compared to Benavidez's 74. That 4-inch advantage could shift the dynamic, something Andrade never had in his favor. Still, Andrade remains unsure whether Morrell has the seasoning to make that edge count. Morrell has tools, no doubt, but he's still raw in some areas, Andrade said. He tends to get wild with his punches, and that's something only experience can fix. Against someone like Benavidez, that inexperience might cost him. Benavidez, nicknamed the Mexican Monster, carries a reputation for sheer aggression and toughness, but his recent move to light heavyweight has come with questions. In his debut at 175 pounds against former world champion Alexander Gvozdyk, Benavidez emerged victorious by unanimous decision, yet some critics noted a drop in his signature punching power. Gvozdyk managed to outwork Benavidez in stretches, exposing brief flashes of vulnerability that Morrell may look to exploit. Still, Team Benavidez is not deterred. Jose Benavidez Sr., David's father and head trainer, insists that taking on Morrell is part of a bigger mission to dominate the light heavyweight division. "We're not in this to avoid tough fights," he said. "We're here to take on the best. Morrell's a real challenge, but we want to make history, and this is the kind of fight that does that." Morrell, too, is navigating new waters. Like Benavidez, his debut at 175 was solid but far from spectacular. He secured a clear unanimous decision win over RJ Collazo, yet observers noted he looked somewhat unsettled at times, flashes of brilliance mixed with signs of needing further adjustment to the weight class. His aggressive, risk-heavy style, while dangerous, may be a double-edged sword against a veteran like Benavidez who thrives in chaos and knows how to capitalize on mistakes. Adding to the spectacle, none other than Floyd Mayweather has lent his star power to the event by posting the official fight card on his social media and labeling it the best card of 2025. It's not just hype, the undercard is stacked. Fans will witness a high-stakes rematch between Stephen Fulton and Brandon Figueroa for the WBC featherweight title, a lightweight brawl between Isaac Pitbull Cruz and Angel Fierro, and a junior middleweight slugfest as Jesus Ramos Jr. takes on former champion Jason Rosario. As for the main event, opinion is sharply divided. Former WBC welterweight champion Sean Porter called it a true 50-50, though he leans slightly toward Benavidez due to his pedigree. Benavidez has been in deep water before, he knows how to survive and turn the tide. Morrell hasn't been tested like that yet, Porter said. With fight night rapidly approaching, both fighters remain locked in and focused. Morrell's length, speed, and unconventional tactics offer serious questions for Benavidez to answer. But Benavidez's pressure, durability, and ability to walk through fire make him a nightmare for anyone unprepared. As fans count down the days, one thing is certain, this clash has the makings of an instant classic and could very well decide who reigns supreme at 175 pounds to kick off a massive year for boxing.
This is what you want. This is what you want. Two top guys in the same division, giving the fans exactly what they want to see. And I think that it's going to be a war. In my eyes, I see it as a 50-50 fight. And I know some might say, well, why do you think it's a 50-50 fight? Because, one, we know we've definitely seen a lot from Benavidez over the years. When it comes to Morrell, we've seen, spots of him. But I really, really know what he brings to the table. And that's why I think this is going to be a tough fight for both guys.
Leonard Ellerby highlighted David Morrell's exceptional talent and explained why this bout would serve as a true litmus test for both fighters. He's a classic Cuban fighter, from that elite system, Ellerby said, commending Morrell's polished technique, knockout power, and ability to deliver damaging punches with precision. At the end of the day, it's going to be about who can take the bigger shot. Will David Benavidez impose his will and break Morrell down, or will Morrell absorb the punishment and fire back with his own? Coach Greg Hackett offered his prediction as well, foreseeing a competitive early stretch before Benavidez pulls ahead. He believes Benavidez's edge and experience, particularly in grinding bodywork and late-round pressure, will tilt the fight in his favor. Morrell's going to shine early, probably look sharp through the first 5 rounds. But after that, Benavidez starts walking him down, Hackett said. He stressed that Benavidez has been in more demanding fights and is more seasoned when it comes to deep waters, while Morrell's lack of 12-round ring time might catch up to him. Though Morrell boasts an accomplished amateur background and has faced high-caliber opponents, his professional resume is relatively shallow in terms of long-distance battles. He's only gone a full 12 rounds 3 times. In contrast, Benavidez has consistently demonstrated he can maintain pressure and output deep into fights, something Hackett believes will be a deciding factor when it gets gritty in the later rounds. Tensions have flared in the lead-up to the fight, with emotions boiling over during a recent media workout. Hackett recalled a fiery moment when Morrell tried to strike Benavidez with his WBA belt, a move that highlighted the mutual respect and animosity between the two. These guys know what's at stake, and neither is taking this lightly. This isn't just a fight, it's a power grab at a new weight class, Hackett noted. Morrell's slick movement and explosive left hand could cause problems for Benavidez early, especially if he's able to keep the fight at a distance. Still, Hackett warns that once Benavidez gets into his rhythm, his high-volume offense and punishing combinations can become overwhelming. Sure, if Benavidez fights sloppy, Morrell could capitalize, but I don't think he will. I trust Benavidez to make adjustments mid-fight and eventually take control, he said. Morrell's performance on August 3 against Hot Rod Rabah Khalid showed both brilliance and vulnerability. He dominated the early rounds with speed and power but appeared to tire as the fight wore on. Even so, his punching power held up in the championship rounds, reminding critics that he remains dangerous at any point in the fight, even under fatigue. Looking beyond this clash, few believe either man is ready to unseat light heavyweight monsters like Artur Beterbiev or Dmitry Bivol. However, fans continue to dream of a showdown with Canelo Alvarez, an opportunity both Morrell and Benavidez have chased for years. Once mandatory challengers to Canelo, they've each vocalized their desire to secure that legacy-defining bout, which could be the next logical step for the winner. Financially, such megafights are well within reach, thanks to the backing of influential figures like Turki Al-Alshik. But it's not just about the money, the real draw is delivering battles that excite fans and elevate the sport. Whether the winner of Benavidez vs. Morrell earns that long-awaited Canelo opportunity, or eventually tests their limits against Bivol or Beterbiev, this fight could mark a crucial turning point in both careers and reshape the narrative at 175 pounds.
I think he's getting put into a corner now where he's running out of excuses. He said that the only thing I bring is 25 extra pounds, and I'm not worth nothing, but he's asking 200 million, and now he's gonna fight me in the same night. This shit's just stupid, bro. Like, you just tell the people you don't want to fight me.
You think like his hunger is dissipating? You know?
I don't know. I can't talk to you about what his hunger is, or how his training is, or how he feels. I can only speak to you about myself, but for me, it looks like fear. It looks like fear, like he's scared of me.
Mia's devastating loss to Surash has thrown a wrench into the carefully laid plans of boxing's most influential figures. The Frenchman's dominant display not only tarnished Hey Mongia's standing as a supposed elite fighter, but also cast a shadow over the narrative that Canelo Alvarez would easily dismantle him. With that unexpected outcome, Canelo now faces mounting pressure even within his own super middleweight division as the waters grow murkier and the opposition more unpredictable. Fans often dream of witnessing the best go toe-to-toe, but more often than not, those dreams are derailed by the business side of the sport. Financial interests continue to block marquee matchups, while the rise of interim titles has further diluted the value of championship belts. These manufactured titles and avoided fights have led many fans to care more about star power and paydays than about real rankings or the true spirit of competition. Yet despite these ongoing frustrations, boxing still manages to produce unforgettable clashes across divisions. The sport is at its most powerful when fighters earn their opportunities through grit, hunger, and relentless drive. When long-awaited bouts finally happen, when they're fought not for clout but for legacy, the results tend to deliver. While it's fair for fighters to reap the rewards of their efforts, those rewards should come through paths that respect boxing's proud history. It's not just about collecting belts, it's about honoring the battles fought by the legends who paved the way. Boxing has always walked the line between sport and business, but preserving its soul is more critical now than ever. Without careful stewardship, the sweet science risks becoming a market where outcomes are dictated by money, not merit. As Morrell and Benavidez prepare to clash in a division that reflects their natural evolution as athletes, it serves as a timely reminder. Boxing reaches its highest form when competition, not contracts, leads the narrative.
Here.
All right, guys, start with the cameras.
Let's go.
Right here together, guys. Come on, guys. Right here together, guys. Right here, guys. TV's in the back. Acá, ven ahí, ven. Acá, de este lado. All right, guys, stay like that.
That's a wrap for today's video. If you liked what you saw, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you're always notified when we drop something new.